Hello, welcome back, everyone. It's your girl Rochelle. Thanks for tuning in to another Money Monday. Happy April! I am so excited for today's episode. Okay.
A good one.
First, Micah said it's a good one, y'all. It's a good one. Okay, why is it a good one, babe? Who's here with us?
We've got the world famous Alicia Wilson on the line.
On the line. I am so excited. Hey, girl.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for coming. You're just awesome.
My pleasure.
We're going to have a good time today, guys. First, we got to get some quick announcements out of the way. If you are watching or listening to this as a replay, a wonderful hello to you. Thank you for everyone who ties in later on. I want to send a special hello to my YouTube channel members. Thank you guys for supporting my channel financially. And you guys are just beautiful. I appreciate you guys for tuning into every episode. Now, we're live today on YouTube and also on Facebook. So tell a friend, share the links. We want to get all this good information out because this is key, okay? This is some game-changing information we're going to be talking about today. Now, make sure that if you are live watching me right now on Facebook, that you click the link that's in your description right under this video that's playing live for you right now, because Facebook has an extra step. In order for your comments to show on our live and for you to get your questions answered, you have to accept those permissions. Facebook is a little, OCD about that. So they will not release your information without your permission.
Or just come to YouTube.
Or you can just switch over to the YouTube link, whatever works for you. Now, also as a quick reminder, today's live event will also be loaded onto our podcast 1 hour after this live is completed. So listen anywhere that you love to listen to your favorite podcast, Apple, Google, Spotify, we everywhere, baby. Whatever you like to do, we got you. Now, special thanks to Ellie for putting together our Money Jeopardy board. It takes a village, y'all. Special thanks to Dennis in the background, always making sure we look and sound amazing. Shout out to Corey, who was the first one here. Shout out to Alicia, who's here. Shout out to Micah, my boo thing, my partner in crime, who's here. Okay, I want to make sure I say all of my hellos and thank yous up front. All right, for now, we're going to dive into our episode for today. Don't forget to drop comments and questions in the chat. We promise to get to as many as we can. And make sure you're tuned in for the entire episode because, we're playing Money Jeopardy. There's a prize. There's an Amazon gift card involved. That's all I'm going to say. But for now, Alicia, we do this. Welcome. And Alicia has not seen the questions, so she can play. Feel free to play. But for now, let's talk thriving in a 9 to 5 with special guest Alicia Wilson. Now, one of the things, if you guys watch my content, I like to live in the present. I like to live in the now. I believe in self-care, and I believe in giving people their flowers now while they're alive and well and happy with us. So we're about to do that and embarrass Alicia right now, live.
No.
I'm going to give you guys just a mini bio of what she has accomplished in her lifespan already, okay? So first off, let's just talk about the fact that she's the current vice president for economic development at Johns Hopkins University and Johns Hopkins Health System, okay? She answers directly to the president of Johns Hopkins University and Johns Hopkins Health System. There's no middleman or middlewoman. It's just her and that person. So that just to let you know who we dealing with here, okay? Next up, let's also be reminded that she is Alicia Wilson, attorney at law, Esquire, okay? That's French for attorney. I don't know. I just made that up. I don't know if that's true. But in her role working with Johns Hopkins University and the healthcare system, she is responsible for leading a core team focused on developing and implementing Hopkins institution-wide strategies and initiatives as an anchor institution in and around its campuses, both within the U.S. and abroad. Through investments in real estate, economic and neighborhood development, healthcare, and education. And that's just what she's done this year, y'all. Okay, so let's talk about the past tense. Okay, so Alicia has already ensured that a $5.5 billion Port Covington development project generated a measurable beneficial social and environmental impact alongside a financial return for its equity investors. Who are those investors? Kevin Plank. He owns Under Armour, but he also owns other stuff. Goldman Sachs. That's who runs your Apple cards, y'all. So I want to let you know who we're talking to today. and other equity investors. Now, Alicia did begin her career in litigation as a law partner at the downtown Baltimore law firm of Gordon Fameblack, the sixth largest law firm in the state of Maryland. What did she do, y'all? She didn't just be there, just doing nothing, twiddling her thumbs. She made partner. She was the first African-American person, period, to be named partner in the 60-year history of the firm. Congratulations, girl. I don't know if I ever said congratulations.
You did. You said it.
I was literally like crying reading her bio. Like, come on.
Oh, you're so sweet.
She was also recently elected to the board of Rosedale Federal Savings and Loan, which is a bank that entity that works inside of the state of Maryland. She is a proud 2004 graduate of the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, UMBC in the house.
Yes.
She's a proud Baltimorean and class of 2000 proud graduate at what school, y'all?
Mervo.
Vocational. I thought Micah was going to take over. Okay, Micah and Alicia are both proud 2000 class of 2000 graduates. Dennis, your class of 99, right?
98.
98. He's 98.
He's 98. So yeah, they've known each other for a little while. These guys go way back.
We go back to Stroller.
Way back.
Kindergarten from me and Alicia.
I have a picture of. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I have a picture of Mama Jenny holding Micah as a baby at my mother's baby shower for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
See what I mean? We got to chat. Alicia,
we go way back.
This is the love. Shelly is in the house and she donated $4.99. Thank you, Shelly, for your donation. Thank you. Look at Alicia. We're showing Alicia how YouTube works, y'all. She keep on through these chat donations and free game. Okay, Alicia wants to know more about YouTube.
I need to watch more of this.
She's busy. She's a busy woman.
So, who better than to talk thriving in a fast-paced work environment than Alicia? If Secured the Bag was a person, right? So how does this relate financially, this conversation we're going to be having today? Well, obvious reasons. You can't survive in a challenging workspace and provide for your family and achieve and maintain debt freedom. So you don't want to leave a job prematurely, but you also need to know when it's time to go. So we're here to have this conversation about knowing your worth and keeping yourself marketable. So Alicia, I did all my talking. You're not going to hear much from me, okay? This is your show.
You just want to go in?
Yeah. I'm going to dive in with the first question because a lot of people work a 9 to 5, okay? So, but maybe we need to talk more about the different ways that you can work a 9 to 5. Now, Alicia, I'm pretty sure has flex hours. She can do what you want. You need a great vice president, okay? But what would you say is a successful career to you?
Yeah. So I think it's first of all, let me just say thank you, Rochelle. Thank you, Micah. Thank you, Dennis. This is a dream, and I'm so proud of you. You hustle hard, and you do so much. And I know people get to see the fruit that your efforts bear, but they don't remember when you planted seeds. And I really feel blessed that I was able to see you plant the seeds that are now bearing fruit. So just like big congratulations to you.
Wow.
So beautiful. So beautiful. What I would say is, I think about a successful career. I think it's really important to think about what do you want to contribute and what is your unique contribution to this world, right? And what is your unique contribution to any place you're going to be a part of? And so, for me, I've always said, I want to always operate in my zone of genius. And that's my individual sweet spot, right? And if I can do that, then work doesn't feel like work. I really feel like I'm contributing in a really unique way to wherever I am. And that leads into like some of the questions about when do you leave? When do you stay? How do you navigate a place? What do you do while you're there? So I think that's all, it's all important to, operate in that sweet spot of who you are. And I think that's a successful career, right? Your unique contributions really adding value to wherever you are, and you getting value from that place as well.
Woo.
Yeah, I think a lot of people take for granted that exchange. When you work for somebody, they're getting something from you, but you should be getting something back for them, and more than just money. Yeah,
Absolutely. I mean, because the reality is, there's just like you have $100, there's 100 ways to make that $100, right? So, not at the end of the day, it's not going to be fulfilling. It really is about what is your contribution and what is contributing to you that allows you to go for the long haul.
Right.
Woo. Yeah, I love it, because so many times people think that sometimes I feel like it's a who you know type of world. And so it's nice to see the right person make it and, go through these doors and enter these rooms of opportunity like you always talk about, because a lot of people don't know how to get themselves and put themselves in a position to be ready for, when it's time to walk through that door. So it kind of goes into my second question that I wanted to ask you, which is, how can you manifest the career and the position that you dream of? Is there a dream job? If there is, did you have a dream job? All of that.
So, I did not. So I did not have a dream job. And, I'm a prayerful person. I know you're a prayerful person, so I pray about my jobs, my positions. Like, I try to pray about everything. And so I really do want to be in a position to really manifest and to show people who God is through how I live my life and my work ethic, all those things. And so for me, I've really thought, and I spend a lot of time really focusing on, like, again, being able to contribute wherever I am and being able to move in a way that allows for me to live the life that I dream of. Not somewhere far off in the distance, because that's not where you live. You live today.
Right here, right now.
So, you live right now. And so it's really important to manifest. I think you manifest what you are by choosing what you want to be in this moment. And I try to make choices. Like, I don't let stuff happen to me. I really choose, and I pray on it. I choose it. I choose what I want to happen. And that's how I think you manifest what's happening in your life.
That's it. And I feel like since the day I met Alicia, which was, I don't know, she's a numbers person.
11
years old.
I was 12. You were how old? 9?
I was like I'm like a year behind.
No, you're 10. You were 10.
I was 10. I was 10 when I met Alicia, and when I tell you she was dressed like a lawyer at 12 years old, like, there was never any doubt in my mind that Alicia was not going to be everything she said she was going to be and more. And so I think that, just like people who know me, that all I ever talked and breathed and lived about was being a nurse. When I grow up, I want to be a nurse. I want to be a nurse. And so it's just like people attach that title to you even before you even reach it. And real friends and family that are in your corner are going to help you, push you, and guide you in that direction so you can get there. So that's for me what, success is having everybody around you rallying for you to get there. And I think that's where you are right now. Like, you told us what you were going to do from the very start, and you're doing it. So, and I want to duplicate that. I'm instantly like telling everybody, like, oh, you can do this too. You can be successful too. It's not like she did something that is, unheard of. What did you do, Alicia?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think in many respects, I recognize that life is about seasons, right? And I talked to you and I told you, most people get to see you on this platform, see you doing so well. They get to see how Mike is doing, and you sort of are like, wow, how did that happen? Well, the reality is that you long ago planted seeds in order for there to be fruit, right? And so some people are like, oh, why they eating oranges? Well, they planted oranges a while ago, right? If you want pumpkins, if you want to have pumpkins in the fall, you have to plant them in the spring. You're planting them now, right? But most people don't get to see that that part of it, right? They don't see the seeding, they don't see the watering. All they see is the pop when the fruit comes up.
Yep.
And, you know, I think it's important when you are living your life, recognize that that planting is unique. It's yours, right? And so most people, some people, not most, some people spend a whole lot of time looking over at someone else's garden, wondering why they have flowers and they don't, instead of planting their own. And if you take the time to plant your own, it'll bear fruit. But that's in your time. That's when you were supposed to reap, not when somebody else was supposed to reap. And that's really, it's a really different mindset. And I think about, like, I feel like, you know, people might think I'm in a fruiting season. I'm in a seeding season, right? I'm seeding right now. I'm seeding in order to be able to get to have fruit 2-3 years from now. And I think that's really important to realize, you know, you don't even realize people are seeding. It's really important to seed and not to cover someone else's, because you spend all the time looking at their yard and not realizing this was the time when you were supposed to plant, you know.
Mind your business.
Right.
Like, do your own thing. Don't compare. I love that. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Mike.
Let me tell you, I grew up with Alicia. I know, like we said before, I know Alicia since we were both in diapers. And since she was in diapers, I can tell you, Alicia has been planting seeds. I tell you, this hardest working schoolmate I've ever known. I don't know if I've ever seen.
Man, we were in every class together. We were in every class together from kindergarten. Most people don't know this. Michael was in every class with me from kindergarten to 12th grade. I mean, literally every class we were together.
Both in the same classes, kindergarten.
Yep, kindergarten.
And look,
I'm smart too. I'm a little smart too.
And look at y'all now.
Marcus is a smart guy. He is a really smart guy. Really.
And this is me hating. I hated every minute of school. Every second of school.
But
I was looking around like, this place is crazy.
Coach said champions of courage every single year.
Every year. I was reading her champions of courage.
You try to run them against you.
I love it.
Who are you writing about this year, Alicia?
So listen, so now that you've talked about your journey and how and what you do and what your mindset is and what you're always thinking about, here's the next question. How do you know when it's time to leave a position that you may have acquired?
So this way I'm gonna get deep on you. So okay. I'm gonna get deep.
Let me sip real quick. Good.
Sip some water. I always know it's time for me to leave when I am no longer a unique contributor to wherever I am. Ever I think, you know what? I personally can't have an impact here. Like, I can't make my unique mark. It is time for someone else to occupy that space and for me to move on. And so what that means for me is I've trained myself to feel actually when that's coming, right? When I feel like I have done what I'm supposed to do, I'm done what I've set out to do here. And now it's time for someone else to occupy this space. And I think that is, I've trained myself. I'm serious. It's like a gut feeling when you know it is time to move on and allow for someone else to be at that place and for you to go into another frontier. Like I said, I like to be a unique contributor. So I like to Alicia to have been the answer to that question.
Oh.
The answer to that problem. And if I'm not the answer, somebody else should occupy that space. And that's no competition. Like, that's just real. if somebody can do this, if I can't contribute uniquely, someone else should do this, and I should move on. And I think that's like you're at a growth point, and I've tried to like be that, recognize my growth points when I'm not growing, because if I'm repetitive, if I'm doing it, if it's not hard, if it's not stretching me, then I'm not working in my zone of genius, and I'm not. And this might blow your mind. I like to have there be a gap. I'm revealing too much. I like this. All right, because you're all friends, so I'm just talking like friends. All right. I like there to be a gap between what I can do within my own strength and what I'm supposed to do, because I like to see God at work. And I'm being like completely honest.
Ooh.
I like that gap filled in. That makes me feel like so good that I know that I couldn't do it on my own. And
that's why you're so humble.
It makes me feel good that like I got filled in.
Wow.
Like the rest got filled in and for me. And so that's something I also always look for. Like, so it's not big enough.
So what she's saying is she's not even operating at her full potential.
That's not what I meant. That's not what
I'm kidding.
That was not the takeaway. That was not what I'm saying is I try to do the scary thing, like the impossible. I keep this is it's something I always keep. I can't remember who bought it for me, but whoever did, I think it was my mama maybe. But it's kind of fun to do the impossible. Like if it's not real hard, like impossible, I don't want to do it.
Wow.
If it's not audacious, I don't want to do it. Somebody else can do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You said I don't have time to be basic. If I can't walk in a room and wow you with what I can bring to the table.
I didn't say that.
I'm messing with Alicia. She's so humble, y'all. Like that's the reason why this is saying,
I want to really use my gifts. And if I'm playing it safe and I'm not stretching myself, if it's not scary, if I think I can do it all on my own, that's where hardiness comes in. And like being arrogant. I'm not doing this all on my own. I'm getting gaps filled in a whole lot. And I have amazing collaborators. I've got amazing friends doing their thing, helping me out, helping me to shine. Like that makes me happy and makes me proud.
That was beautiful. Woo. I tell you, I don't even need these other questions. I got these other questions on it, y'all. She's because they're so. I feel like we put a lot of energy into our education and getting prepped for the job to to check all the boxes that's on this application that say okay, you're qualified if you have done such and such and such. But a lot of it is just your mental and working on yourself and building your own confidence. Because you can accomplish things that you never even thought possible as long as you have prepared yourself for it. So you are the example of that. You're the shining example of that. Now, what about? Oh, go ahead, Will.
I said we do have some questions in the chat. Are we addressing those later, or
we can dive into questions in between. Let's see here. Wow, we got 30 people up in here. Thank you guys.
Hey y'all.
Thank you all for coming.
Mama Jenny, first of all, it's not even in question form. It's a demand.
You know what? She just put it in the demand, and I appreciate it. Well, first of all, Mama Jenny, I think one, you've just been a beautiful force in my life. I say this over and over again. I was really blessed to be born to Josephine and Tom Wilson. Like just
the best.
You can't underestimate. I can't overstate how important it was. And the more important thing was like how my parents have friends like your mom and dad, Micah, your mom and dad, Rochelle, like I just got to see like good examples of what it means to be a man and a woman, what it means to care for family, what it means to demonstrate and live faith, what it means to work hard and to take care of others, what it means to be generous and kind, what it means to cultivate the qualities that you want to live out in your life. And like that is I know that was just a game changer for me. Having two parents that love you every day. Every day.
Every day. No questions asked. Let me tell you, whenever you go ahead, Micah, go say it.
As a testament to that, and like how Alicia's talking about her parents, I could feel it because like Alicia's the type of friend, as much as she's accomplished in life, if I called Alicia and was like, hey, I broke down and my tire's flat, she'd be like, well, I'll come help you out. No matter what, she'll stop something important she's doing, and she's like a true friend.
Yeah.
She may not get on her head to change the tire, but she'll make sure you all right. Huh?
But y'all are like that too. I mean, it really is. I mean, we've all been blessed in friendship. We all are. Yeah. We would do everything for one another. So.
All right, Mama Jenny, you happy? She went there. She
got it.
We not gonna let this live happen and I talk about Mama Joe and Thomas Wilson, okay? That's what we're not doing. That's what we're not doing. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Here we got another question for you, Alicia. How do you determine gifts from talents?
Ooh, that's a really good question. So I think that I really don't I don't distinguish them, and I don't think it's important to distinguish them, right? I think as you grow, you will come to understand what you do uniquely well, right? What is like comes to you without effort, right? What is your natural bent? And some people think of that as like, oh, I'm a whiz at math, I'm a this or that. Your bent might be that people love you. People fall in love with you quickly. It could be you make friends faster than anybody else. Your gift could be like, I am kind beyond reason, and it's evident, right? So like I often think of like, what are those talents? Some of them are manifested in like your character traits, right? What is it that people will say about you? And I have this workshop I do on the power of nice, and I talk about really getting people who you trust to tell you who you're being perceived as, because that may not be who you are, but it is who you're being perceived as, and perception can be reality. And so ask people, what do you, when you first think of me, what do you think about? What do you think's my gift? What do you think my talent? I do like no one else. If you aren't, if you're not absorbing that and understanding that on your own, like and I'm not saying don't ask. It's not a Facebook question. It's not an Instagram question with survey results. It really is one or two really trusted advisors giving you that advice and giving you that reflection of yourself.
Thank you, Alicia. That is so beautifully put. I'm telling you, because sometimes we got to know our worth even when the jobs that we enter don't know it. And so like sometimes a talent that you might have is keeping your cool at all times. I worked with this nurse, and she was the perfect person in the perfect position because she knew how to keep her cool even when the building was literally on fire. She was so even keel and kept everybody so calm and saved everybody's life just by her mannerisms. I mean, she had the knowledge, she was a nurse, but we didn't need her to, revive somebody. We just needed her to keep the situation at bay. And I think those are the type of skills that unfortunately companies don't get to see until you're already working there. But, it's still, once you're in there, they are like, oh, they are holding on to you. They're like, they don't want you to leave. Like, I can honestly say every time Alicia left a position, they were crying. Okay. Yeah. they were It was sending out like she died. Okay, it was sending out like eulogies. Like, we are so sad to report that Alicia has decided, and it would be like that's the type of I'm leaving a job I want to have. I don't want it to be any more of, oh, I'm leaving this job because I don't feel worthy or that they know my worth anymore. No, we want them in tears, okay? They're going to see your value.
It'd be newspaper articles.
Newspaper articles.
We wish her best on her future endeavors. She's always welcome here. And I was like, oh.
She ain't coming back. You had the best thing. No, but I think those are, we got to pump ourselves up, right, first, and forget about all the rest. Anything else that happens is a bonus. Okay, so let's dive into the last question, because this is kind of like our topic of the day. You're working, I'm pretty sure that everything you're doing, it takes a lot of energy, a lot of effort, Alicia. So how do you avoid burnout while working a fast-paced job? Is your job fast-paced? Would you call it fast-paced?
Yes.
I don't remember the right word for it. I feel like it needs to be something.
No, it is. And let me say this. Everybody's working a fast-paced job. So, like, I don't ever say to somebody like, oh, I'm busier than you because I'm a vice president. No, you're busy, whatever your title is, right? Whatever your title is, you're busy too. I respect that you are busy. What I do is, I keep, and I talk about my job, and I love my job. I love my career, but I also put it into perspective, right? And my job is not my life, right? I got to live life. And so I have to, and part of living the life is, loving your friends, spending time with your family, making moments, enriching yourself, reading books, worshiping God.
How you take off of work, Alicia. Tell them how you travel and take off of work. There's not enough people doing this. She's VP.
Oh, you must travel. I mean, this is the reality. This life is meant to be lived. Not meant to be suffered through. I'm just trucking, just that. You're supposed to be living this. You're supposed to have joy, right? And so how do you have joy? Worship God, right? You keep your spirituality straight. You have a job that fulfills you. You should have some joy in that job, in those people, or you need to move on. You should not be suffering through. Now, I'm not saying quit a job, don't have a job, but I am saying you should not be suffering through. You should have, you should be able to build what I call is a harmonious life, not a balanced life. I don't think balance is the right word, but just like you have like a sheet of music where different notes play at different points, to be able to give off a melody that is sweet to the ear, you should be living a life that has notes that give off a sweet melody. Yeah, you're not going to be able to play, if the C is your favorite thing, you're not going to be able to play the C note all the time, but you have to blend it in a way that makes it harmonious and sweet sounding to yourself. Because at the end of the day, the person you got to live with, bar none. I know you live with Mike, in my little but the person you really have to live with is you.
That's it.
Yeah.
This is yours. So,
everybody in the comments is just like saying exactly what I've been thinking. Like, I want to quit. They told me quit their job. Don't quit it.
I did not tell anybody to quit their job. That was not just my talk.
Plant the seeds right now, though, so that you can move on.
And these are the conversations that we have when we're helping people with their budgeting and getting their finances in order, because it's more than the money. We talk about the money, we start with the money, but then we get around to the emotion and the psyche of it all, because some people just are so scared to not come to work because they're scared of being replaced. You need to, we got to change some stuff so that you can be in a better job. Go ahead.
Let me just tell you. I'll give you a story. I'm not going to name the company. You might be watching. And who knows what I might need in the future. But I'm going to give you a story. People might be able to tell what company this is. There was this man.
Like, does he know
No, you're not gonna be able to tell. I don't think you're gonna be able to tell. Somebody watching is gonna be able to tell. I know one of my friends is watching. And I remember this man, he was just like a figure in the healthcare field. I'll leave it at that. A huge figure. I mean, so influential. Let me just tell you, when I would have the opportunity to go to a conference, if he was the keynote, I would go just to hear him speak. He was so motivational, so inspirational. And so I always was like, what would they ever do if he left? Like, that would be such a blow to that organization. Like, and more importantly, to our field, like the healthcare field.
Right.
And he died. He died on a Saturday morning at 7 a.m. I remember it. One of my friends knew him, and he died. And I was like, man, this is such a blow. I know they must be reeling. Like, everybody must be spinning in circles. Right. And at noon, they had sent out an announcement about his death. And in that death notice, they mentioned his replacement.
Mm-hmm. Better believe it.
Now, let me just tell you, they cried and they wailed and they grieved, but they moved on and they replaced him. Be confident in this. Wherever you work, they will be sad if you are gone, but they will move on. Keep your focus. Keep this stuff in perspective. Keep it in perspective, because they moved on by 12 noon. 12 noon, they had a replacement sitting in that man's chair. And I'll never forget it. And I don't know if that was calculated on their part or what, but It was a life lesson to me that you need to take care of your family, love your folks, because the folks who really missed him were the people that lived in his four walls of his house, the folks he went and worship with. I mean, it's just like, you have to keep this in perspective and, recognize. That's why you want to operate in your zone of genius. Move on when you can't, when you can't contribute. Don't give your life over for any place. Understand what really matters. And if you do that, you'll just be operating on a higher plane, knowing that they don't have a hold on you, and you don't need to have a hold on them. It's not emotional. This ain't a love story. Right? It's not emotional. It wasn't an emotional decision for them to put out a statement at 12 noon. That was business for them.
That was business.
They're gonna make business decisions. So you have to make business decisions yourself and do what's right for you. And really, again, operating your zone of genius, make sure you're contributing what you can contribute, and move on when you need to.
You're so graceful. Telling you, thank you so much. We need a microphone to drop. Where's your microphone from last night? I said, where's your microphone from last night? I know you had your microphone singing the Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, where's my microphone?
I was like, I know this is dancing in the house.
Where's my microphone? I can't find my mic right now. Let me see if I can find my microphone. Sorry, here's my microphone.
Alicia does not play about her fun. I'm telling you, she is the perfect balance of, like, I'm gonna be your vice president and I'm gonna sing for you.
Right. Oh, yeah. So I got a meeting all day till 4. I can play Monopoly at 5.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. You better live this life.
I'm telling you, these people are not waiting on you.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Alicia, now we have a little surprise. We have a little bonus question that is not going to be answered by you. It's going to be answered by the people who have known you your entire life, Dennis and Mike. Okay,
Dennis all right.
Before we do that, we got a chat donation. They didn't even pop up on here yet. There it is. Thank you, Carl.
How to do a chat donation?
I'll show you how to do it, Alicia. It's so funny. I'll show you. And just so you guys know, if we have anyone new who's tuning into our Money Monday episode, all of the chat donations that we receive go toward the purchase of thank you gifts for our guest speakers and prizes for our Money Jeopardy. So just so you know, it goes right back into the channel. But thank you, Co. So here's our bonus round question. Dennis, I'll let you go first if you're ready. But when did you know that Alicia was going to be a success professionally? Like, when did you know, like, there's something about Alicia?
Cringe.
Okay.
Yes. Go ahead, Dennis. Sorry.
Let's see. For those that know me, know that I was into photography. So I would say probably around the third graduation that I did photography for Alicia, I was pretty certain that she was going to be doing well.
Graduation.
Alicia, every year, Alicia was graduating from something. Let me tell you.
Not true.
Let me tell you, when Alicia would graduate, it's like the city would shut down and everybody would go to this party. Her family would throw a party.
No, we did. We did have some parties.
Y'all had some
Yeah.
parties. Okay.
Tiffany,
You know how to party.
Yeah, Dennis, I think I knew too by the graduation parties. It was like, okay, once I saw her dressed as a 12-year-old, like she could literally be my lawyer for the day, I knew I could trust Alicia. I said, there's something about her. But Micah, how about you? When did you know Alicia was going to do big things?
I knew early on. I was probably still in elementary school.
Wow.
Because like we said, we were always in the same class, and I'd be trying to get away with doing the least. Alicia was doing the most. She was always dedicated to school, and like she was always going the extra step. She was wanting, doing extra credit.
Yeah. She
was working with the teachers after school, and she was like, the teachers on the first name basis, and I'd be trying to duck them out. But
I remember that. Hey, Jill, how you doing? How the kids?
That's not true. I was not calling nobody elementary school by their first name.
But Alicia, she was always, whatever she did, she was always dedicated and always did, the most. She always stood out.
Yeah.
And I knew, even at a young age, that Alicia was going places.
And that's why it's so important. The reason I brought this up as a question is because it's so important to take your children seriously, whether you have children yourself, nieces, nephews, friends, children. Invest in these children because you never, ever know what they will do and how they will blossom. Because the things that Eva does and says, she might not keep her room clean, but she does some things that are really, really advanced. And I'm like, I need to not, I can't ignore this. We need to, feed that and nurture that because
Eva is a genius. And I've said that since she was a baby.
Imagine being Eva, y'all.
I used to be able to hold like adult conversations with Eva. Like we were talking stuff, like she's so smart.
And this is Eva's aunt. Eva's aunt tells you, and all her aunties, everybody's always like, oh, she's so beautiful. She's so smart. She's so perfect. So Eva literally, like she walks around with her head held high and has this confidence that me and Micah have to constantly keep in check.
We try to knock her down.
We just want to
No.
We want her to be real world ready.
Right.
We want her to be confident, be real world ready. And I think that doesn't happen enough for the children in our lives. And I know that's a big thing with Alicia. Alicia love the kids, okay? Her community service is unreached. But thank you, Alicia, for coming on here. Thank you guys for staying with us and hanging with us. We're about to dive into our next portion of our show. Dennis, you can take it. I know you wanted to share a stock update of the day.
Okay. Were you switching things over to me?
I'm muted. So I see the Jeopardy. Do that one.
No. It's going to be my screen.
This one.
A stock tip. There we go.
There we go.
Hey, everybody. So,
hey, Dennis.
I had to do it up. I had to find some way because honestly, you should have put me on before Alicia. I don't know how I can follow that up.
Yeah.
I love this so much.
So today, just for a quick stock update, AMC is still kind of in that midway point. If you had maybe gotten it when I suggested it last month, you'd be doing very good right now. But as the pandemic sort of kind of pans out, a whole lot more people get comfortable doing things outside. One stock that people are really taking a keen eye to is Groupon, which of course there was no reason for it to not be doing good, but of course a whole lot of the services they offer require people to be outside of the house, and it's a hot stock that people are pretty much interested in. Now, going from that, just the stock education for this particular show. When you have a stock, do not forget that you are paying taxes on that stock. And when you sell a stock, how long you've had a stock will depend on, how it's taxed. Now, there are two things you need to worry about. We're going to go through quick definitions. One is capital gain. That's how much money you made from the stock. You can have a gain or a loss. If you lost money from the stock, make sure you keep track of that as well, because if you lose money during a year period, that could also be counted towards your next period, your next year. So you want to make sure you keep that information in place. Short-term and long-term investments. If you have a stock for underneath a year, less than a year, that's considered a short-term investment, and you are taxed based on that year's income. Now, if you have it for longer than a year, then that's a long-term investment, long-term capital gain, and you actually are not taxed as much for having a long-term investment. So these are things that you want to keep in mind. You want to keep them at the top of your head, because when you're dealing with stocks, you got to make sure the IRS ain't coming for you. Otherwise, you pretty much messed yourself up from the very beginning. So that's it right there. If you want more information on this, I would suggest the thebalance.com. I took a few excerpts from their article on this, and go get it. Go make that money.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you, Dennis. I like the hat. Where's the hat?
And the background.
Thank you. Thank you. My office.
Stock update. Have you decided on a title for this segment yet? I can't remember. We had a few good ones.
I have not.
Dennis strategies or something like that. Somebody came up with something like fire.
The Dennis report.
The Dennis report. Ooh.
Boom.
There you go. That works for me.
I like it. Now I got to make a thumbnail. This is happening. Thank you, Dennis, for that. And also, the only thing I wanted to add to this stock part of the episode is to try this app called Stockpile. It's also a web-based app. You can use it at stockpile.com. They offer different trading options. I don't know if Mommy Trader is still in the room. It's the pro in the room. Her channel is just beautiful, talking about all the ways to win with investing. But I like the Stockpile app because it's great for new investors who don't really have the knowledge down yet, don't really know what to do with their stocks and what options they might have. It's very clean. The interface is so clean and simple. It's simpler than Robinhood even. And they actually, in addition to the regular stock options, they also have custodial options, which means that you can set up investment accounts for your children. And guess what? If you don't have kids, but you have a favorite kid, you can set up an account for them on their behalf, and you guys can work together and invest, and then it would switch over to them once they turn a certain age. So I highly recommend checking it out. I do hear that there are some fees associated with buying certain stocks on there, but the apps that Eva has purchased, it's been a whole new world for Eva because she's allowed to invest her money. And so she's been investing in Nintendo, Amazon, Tesla, Disney, those type of big corporations just to get her, her feet wet. And she hasn't incurred any fees as of yet, and she's up big. So I highly recommend it. That's my little piece. All right, I think we're ready for Jeopardy. Let me hop on this thing. Let me move out the way. Alicia, I want to say a formal goodbye to you, just in case you decide to join the chat and join into the Jeopardy game, because I know you don't play about gaming. So if you want
I'm about to leave and join the Jeopardy game because I'm trying to win.
Alicia don't play, y'all.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I really appreciate it, Ro and Micah.
Thank you
so Alicia.
Much. Thank you. Alrighty. So, we got a chat donation. Stop the madness. Corey Smith. Thank you so much for your chat donation. Y'all are showing out today.
Yes.
And you can see certain chats. I don't have any control over it. I'm still learning StreamYard, but certain donations stay up on the screen a little longer. So let me see if I can still move it to the side. But thank you so much, Corey.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Mahalo.
Okay. So we have three categories today for Money Jeopardy. The goal is to do 5 questions and have one final Jeopardy round. That's the goal. We try to keep it to 5 questions because otherwise we'd be here all day, y'all. So Alicia, if you have made it to the chat, let us know. You can pick up you can choose the first question, but here are the categories: history of the 9 to 5, the salary game, and running the numbers. Tried to do it like Alex did it. He always threw his voice so well, like, oh. But I'm hoping that this is fun, yet a little bit knowledgeable. Don't fact check me too hard. I did research this stuff as best I could, but for every one article you find that tells you something is true, Google will find 3 that tells you it's not. So I did the best I could with the information that was presented. But anyway, Alicia, if you are here, you can make the first selection. If I don't hear from you in the next few seconds, I will ask Mommy Trader to make the first selection. I just randomly pick somebody. And Mommy Trader, I'm gonna make that my channel shout out of the day. Mommy Trader is so good at explaining investments. Go follow, go subscribe, bomb content. Oh, Alicia is here. So history of the 9 to 5. What's your number? What
for how much?
Yeah, for how much? How much do you want to say? I'm losing my voice.
For 100, 200, or 300.
And while Alicia is making that choice, don't forget to head over to her Instagram, which is her name, A.L. Wilson B. Moore, and follow her on Instagram for any updates. If you live in the DMV area, she's always doing big things, community events. Don't forget to link up with her on LinkedIn so that you can get some information there. And we will have links in the bio for all of that. Okay, so here we go. Let me turn off this banner. That's the first thing. In the early 1900s, this company goes down in history for being one of the first to adopt the 40-hour work week to attract new employees used to working 100 hours a week or longer.
Mm-mm.
What company is it, y'all? Don't forget to answer in question format. This is real Jeopardy, okay? And we give it about 10 seconds and then we go to the next question.
And don't forget to hit the what is it, the little red blinking button to make sure you're live and on time with everyone else.
Yes. And make sure you answer in question format. You're welcome, Mommy Trader. She's so sweet. Yes. Sexy L in the house. Sexy L. If she says it's a good channel. And Debt Destroyers is here. D is here. Hey, y'all. Oh, thank you guys for showing up. Okay, so here we got our final answer. Oh, let's see what the final answer is first. Let's see what we got. So if you answered who is Ford, you were correct. So let's dive in.
We were looking for the Ford Motor Company, actually.
Don't start. Don't do this.
It was Corinne. Corey Campbell.
Did Cole get it? Go ahead, Cole. Cole got it. Oh, Sharon, you said it, but it's got to be in the question format, girl. You were right. Oh, and she was quick with it, too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Cole got it. You can make your next selection. So, interesting fact, Ford was the first of many things. If you do your research, Ford Motor Company is listed as the first to make a lot of innovative changes. Of course, I don't know if you can believe every single thing you see and read on the internet, because I also do believe that there were some other companies that maybe just weren't as large as Ford, but they were definitely on the forefront. They were definitely one of the front runners. So we do give them their props for all the things they did do. Oh my goodness, Alicia. You are too much. How you gonna be the guest and then come on here with a chat donation? Y'all, she is too much. Thank you so much, Alicia. This is the type of person she is. Like when I tell you this is what she was, like who she is,
yeah,
this is what I mean. Real talk. Okay, so Cole made her next selection. Salary game for 200. This country landed the #1 spot for the highest average gross monthly salary across all career paths at a whopping $6,003.35. What country is it, y'all? What country is it? Thank you, Alicia.
I wonder how the cost of living is.
Hey, Megan, how are you?
Hey, Megan.
Yeah, we're going to circle back around to that 100-hour work week. I hope you didn't think I was letting that slide. 100 hours in 1 week. I tried to do the math. Even if you worked a 12-hour shift 7 days a week, that's only 96 hours. Crazy. Okay, we got some responses coming in. Love you back, Alicia. Okay, let's see what the answer is. The answer is Denmark. I will, this is one of those stats that was kind of sketched. There's a lot of answers, but what I will do is, since I don't see Denmark on there, I will take the next acceptable answer. I got my notes because this was kind of an intense research project. So I'm going to list the top 5 countries that are noted for having the highest gross salary monthly, okay? And this is across all career paths, which I liked. It wasn't, you have to be a doctor, or you have to be in engineering, you have to be in something. This is across all career paths. Countries are Switzerland, Luxembourg, Iceland, Norway. I'll give you a couple extra because have I said?
Norway.
There's a Norway? Okay, we'll take the Norway. Who said Norway? Mama Jenny, you are on the board and you can make your next selection. You just got 200 points. So top 10 countries, USA was on there, but we all know that when you make a certain amount of money, any money in the USA, you are heavily taxed. So I do think that the other countries are a little bit better as far as actual money that you would see. What you think, babe?
No clue.
No clue.
No clue.
You got to research it. It's very interesting looking at these countries who had these high salaries. Right. I wonder how much of it you actually get to take home and live off of. Okay, so Mama Jenny's choosing running the numbers. And this is question 3, right? We're about to dive into. Don't let me lose track.
200.
200. Here we go. Research shows that the average employee can handle working this many hours a week before showing fatigue and decreased productivity.
Ooh, that's a good
my
one.
battery's about to die. Can you switch that from the bed?
Wow.
How many hours, guys, before your company says, we broke them? Before the fatigue sets in, before the mood swing sets in, all of that. Yeah, you can move it. It's okay. I'll switch my camera. I'm not worried. Micah said, we're going to do it right just like that. And Dennis, you can drop the answer. What are, I don't know. I didn't know how to frame some of these questions. They're worded kind of weird. What is 60 hours per week is, I guess, what I was supposed to have sent Ellie. But if you answered without going over whoever's the closest, then we will accept that. So let's see who got it. Dennis, let me know who got it because I'm not looking at the live chat. I'm thinking, is it, let me see. Somebody said 60. Just simply 09. You are the winner. Thank you. You are on the board and you can make your next selection. So research shows that you can work 60 hours before you break a sweat. How you feel about that, y'all? Leave it like that. It's cool.
It keeps cutting off.
I know that's what it's supposed to do. So let's see what we get. You let us know what answer you want to, what question you want to choose. So we're diving into question number 4 now. Okay. Question number 4. These some good responses. Jazzy, I'm with you. 20 hours a week, I'm spent. Okay, it's almost 60. Okay, here we go. The salary game for 100. Although doctors are known to bring in a top salary averaging $205,000 a year, net pay reaches this amount after taxes, student loan debt, and insurance.
Good question.
You like my questions?
I like this. A good question.
Like I'm revealing, like I didn't know. He usually helps me, but I had to go solo last night. He was busy at work. I am telling you guys. The website is stockpile.com, T. I just saw your question. How much a doctor's really taking home, guys? I know we usually have a couple doctors in the room in the chat too. What do you think? What do you think? Okay, Dennis, you could drop that answer. Let's see what we get. You guys are low with the numbers. I feel you. So about on average, these are doctors of all different practices. So cardiologists, pediatricians, regular hospital floor interns, they bring home about $106,000 per year. So let's see who was the closest without going over. Is it Sharon? I feel like it's Sharon.
Let me create it. Oh, Sharon,
100,000.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, Sharon. Go ahead, girl. Sharon, you are the winner, and you get to make your next selection. Now, we have 4 separate winners for each question. So we are down to the last question before it's time for Final Jeopardy, y'all. Let's see what we get. You can make your selection. So yeah, so some doctors will definitely bring home more. Some will bring home less. Some don't have debt, so of course they would bring home more. But it's just a matter of insurance is very high for the medical field. Period. If you want to be insured, you're shelling out a lot of money. So
and student loans.
Yeah, and on top of the stress, the everyday stress of being a physician. Is it worth it? This is when we talk about knowing your value, knowing your worth. And I just shout out to all the healthcare workers who are working in a pandemic on top of all of that. I can't even imagine. Yeah, it's definitely the student loans that drove that down. So who was that? That was Sharon. You can choose your next question, hon. You will make our last selection of the day.
Everybody stayed away from 300.
Y'all scared of 300?
Oh, here we go. Sharon said 9 to 5 for 300.
Okay, let's do this. 9 to 5 for 300. 2019 stats show the average college debt among borrowers in the U.S. topped this 5-figure amount, clearing the previous debt total by 20%. So what I'm looking for here is a 5-figure answer. How much debt do you think the national average is as of the year 2019, which I think is the perfect
college.
Year. College loan debt, which I think is the perfect year to look at because 2020, everything was on hold. So we don't know what's right and what's, skewed. But 2019, how much debt do you think we're working with per person? Okay. I always ask certain questions for certain reasons. Whew. I'm telling you guys.
That's one thing. I'm glad I dodged that like the Matrix.
You did. You really did. Yeah, okay. We got some responses coming in for debt. The answer will surprise you. It surprised me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Curious.
And this is when I start to believe I have to go with what feels real and when the reality that I experience versus what TV and the news tells us. Okay, so Dennis, let's drop this answer. Let's drop it on. Uh-oh. You there, Dennis?
Oh, we lost him on the screen.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what the answer was. The answer was about 32,000. Oh, he came right back. Man, he's quick. So the answer was, what is $32,000, which felt a little low to me. Let me know in the comments, guys. Did you think that the number would be so low for the year 2019? Based on the clients that I have worked with and based on the people who have just given me their information just freely, whether commenting on my YouTube videos or commenting on my Instagram posts or whatever, most people I talk to have at least greater than $50,000 worth of student loan debt. But according to this, the average student loan debt in the U.S. In America is $32,731. And this is from the Federal Reserve website. This is what they're telling us. These are the people who get to eat from this money. So
a lot of community college, maybe. I don't know.
So what it's saying is that this is an increase of approximately 20% from previous years, from 3 years prior, which was 2016. Most borrowers have between $25,000 and $50,000 outstanding in student loan debt. I'm like, out of all the people that I've worked with, I only have one person that meets this number. This number right here, whether you say it's 20,000. Oh, I'm sorry. The answer, 32,000. I was right. I think it's a little off. I'm just gonna keep it at that. Anyway.
Nobody got it.
Nobody got it. Okay.
Might do one more question.
All right. So should we do one more question since nobody got it? What y'all think? Look at that. See, 80,000. We'll try one more question just because. Okay. D said, where do people live? Exactly. I said,
your face is like.
Okay, so babe, you choose the next question since nobody got that right.
Salary gain 300.
Salary gain for 300. Here we go. In 2020, this food service job position claimed the number one spot for the lowest paying job in America. What is it, y'all?
Was fry cook.
Hey, that's on the line. And just as an FYI, I just use this time while y'all are typing your answers. What position? We're looking for a job position.
Oh yeah.
This speaks volumes to me because I feel like we could do so much better in the customer service department of America. Like any of our frontline staff, they should not be the lowest paid. I don't know who I think should be paid the least, but I feel like people who are touching my food, I feel like we need to put some respect on their name. That's all I'm saying.
Give them soap money.
That's all I'm saying. Give them something walking around money. Okay, Dennis, drop that answer. Let's see what we get. Dishwasher.
Wow.
Lowest paying job. And just some additional stats on that. While I'm talking, did anybody get that right? First off, go ahead, Mama Jenny. She got it. You got you 300 points. You better do it. Okay, so now anybody who has points on the board, drop your wagers in the chat for Final Jeopardy. Final Jeopardy's category is going to be legislation. That's your clue. That's your one word clue. Legislation. But anyway, interesting facts that go along with the whole dishwasher thing. Other low-paying American jobs. The lowest 3 paying positions in America right now are all in food service, which I think is just sad. Dishwasher, hostess, and fast food workers all make on average about $23,000 a year or less. And that speaks to why unemployment pays out about that amount. So you can see like they're paying you as if you are a dishwasher, if you lost your job in the pandemic, whatever, which is just crazy. Other low paying positions, which I think do not get enough shine, are laundry and dry cleaning services, maids, childcare. We're not paying the people who protect the babies. Childcare, cashiers, cooks, zoo caretakers, personal home aides, which right now I have home aides for my grandmother, and so that resonates with me. Hotel receptions, sewing machine operators, which we all know, these large corporations, they pay very low for these tennis and these sweats that you had on.
But they charge an arm and a leg.
But they cost a boatload. Bartenders are some of the lowest paid hourly workers in America. What? Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. They probably get good tips though.
They do probably get good slips. Oh, Cole said legislation, I wager 0. Come on, Cole, come out and play. Okay, I see Mama Jenny. I see Just Simply. I see Sharon. All right, that's everybody. Let's drop this question, Dennis. Let's see if anybody gets it. September 3rd. 1916, Congress passed this act, a federal law establishing an 8-hour workday for interstate railroad workers.
Boom, 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 boom,
Time is up, y'all. Let's go. Let's see what answers you got. You're coming up dry, Mama Jenny. You're gonna. This one's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
You're gonna be upset that you didn't just guess. Go ahead and drop that answer for us, Dennis. What is the Adamson Act?
The Adamson Act.
we had to choose it. We had to use that for the question. We had to do it. I'm sorry, y'all. So yes, the Adamson Act was one of the first early 1900s laws that took effect to help protect people from having to work more than 8 hours a day, especially those who worked hard on our railroad systems.
Yeah.
Ford Company was one of the first companies to adopt it. As a public company, they did not work for the government or for the railroaders or union companies. So they were their own separate entity, and they were one of the first public companies to start saying that you only had to work 40 hours a week. Okay. All right. So there you have it. That is Money Jeopardy. Let's see if anybody has any money left. I know, Mom, I told you it was going to hurt. I told you. I couldn't believe it. I said, oh, man. That's why tips are so important. You are so right, D.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm always hard on. I remember my friends would order pizza over our house and they wouldn't tip them people. I'd be like, tip them.
That's our address.
Our address. We tip them people. But yeah.
But look up the history of what was it, waitress wages or pretty much any job that makes tips. There's a little dark history behind there too.
Yeah.
Because they just didn't want to pay people, so they made tippable jobs and check out the history of that. It's interesting.
So here's our final count, guys. Mama Jenny, you does she lose any points? What did she wager? Wait,
100 points. I want to say. I don't know. I just.
That's okay. I'll look it up. Oh yeah, she only wagered 100. Did you?
Already made the adjustments.
I already did it for us.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
You are the winner today, Mama Jenny, and it's an Amazon gift card, and you can actually use it even though you're in Mexico. Yay! I'll shoot it over to you later. Well, thank you guys for tuning into a special Money Monday. I mean, they're all special, but today was especially special. Thank you for staying with us, rocking with us for the past 1 hour and 13 minutes. We are going to close things out with an inspirational quote from Micah. But before he does that, I just want to remind everyone to check those links in the bio. There's all types of links related to Alicia, our special guest. Follow her on Instagram, follow her on LinkedIn. Make sure you follow me. And I just want to say a special thank you for the 900 Instagram followers I have and the 4,000 YouTube subscribers that we just crossed a couple special landmarks. Thank you, guys. Is that what it's called? Landmarks?
I guess.
Trying to spell.
No,
I feel like that's not what it's called. Thank you, though. All right, Micah, close us out.
Today, I stole today's quote of the day from the lady who does our
Auntie
taxes.
Michelle.
Auntie Michelle.
Our tax.
What's her company name?
Infinity Tax Associates.
Infinity Tax Associates. She's awesome. She's a gem.
Milestones. That's what it's called.
Yeah. So if you need your taxes done, you can check her out. She's great. But in her emails, she has this quote, and I said, "Taking it." So I got to give her a shout out. It's from Richard Branson. The quote of the day is, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, say yes and then learn how to do it later. And that goes with what Alicia was saying. You have to know your self-worth. And if you don't know what you're like, the position I have now, they were like, we need you to go out there and do this job.
Go where?
In Hawaii. And we were like, we need you to do this position. And I didn't even know what the position was, or, and I had to learn it when I got out here. And thanks to that, I've been out here for 2 years and doing great. There's no shame. I tell this to my friends all the time because they're in jobs that they don't like and want to quit. I said, just start applying for stuff. Let them tell you you don't know how to do the job or you're not qualified for the job. You go through those gifts. A lot of my friends have gifts. They're personable. They're great people. And if you can get through that interview process and say, hey, I might not know the position, but I'm a good fit for this job or for whatever role that you'll put me in. I'm a fast learner. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. I've gotten jobs. I've never been on an interview that I didn't get the job for. I might not have accepted it in the end, but I haven't been qualified for them jobs, but I just went in for an interview. And, you got to make yourself marketable. You got to try things. And even if you don't know how to do it, you can always learn how to do it later. Get your foot in the door, get your money, get your cake, get your mental health. Stop working these dead-end jobs that care nothing about you and will replace you in 5 hours. plant seeds now, as Alicia said, so tomorrow you could be reaping, or tomorrow or next year, whenever, you can be reaping those fruits that you want to reap. Get out there, do it. Just
Nike
do it. Nike, just do it.
I love that quote. That was really good. Thank you, Auntie Michelle, not Michael, for that quote.
I'll read it again. If someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, say yes and learn how to do it later. Why not? Why not?
And that is it. Have a great night. Thank you for staying on with us. And I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, peace, love, and budgets.
Aloha.